How's it going, everybody? Let's talk about real estate. And today I want to go over what is happening here in the local real estate market. So we're going to take a quick look at interest rates and then look at what is happening with prices and inventory levels and closed sales, both in Los Angeles County as well as Orange County, both areas that I service as a real estate broker. And of course, if you need any help with real estate in those areas, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the data. All right, so getting started, you can see here that rates have trended up somewhat over the last couple weeks, but of course, they are much lower than they were throughout most of the year so far. And we have seen a boost as a result of this in the local housing market. You can actually feel it as a real estate broker, as a real estate agent. It's actually palpable. You see less properties on the market, more properties going pending, and more action taking place out there as these rates have been lower, because it allows people that, otherwise couldn't buy before to be able to buy, or to be able to buy a higher price property than they could before, so on and so forth. So it certainly has helped, at least so far, to make the housing market move a little bit faster, a little bit better than it was. However, as you'll see in the data, it's not all sunshine and blue skies. So first off, we'll take a look here at Los Angeles County and we'll look at the median sales prices. And you see here, we actually are up 3.6% year over year. So once again, as these rates have gone down, we're starting to see prices go back up. Of course, they were much higher earlier in the year, but overall, prices are rising. And as I'll show you shortly, we're seeing the same thing in Orange County as well. However, when we take a look at inventory, it's not looking so good. We are at the highest point, aside from just a few months ago, that we've been at in many, many years. As you can see here on the graph, we're sitting at about 4.5 months of supply of inventory, which is a lot just based on the time that I've been in the real estate business, going on 11 or 12 years now. This is considered to be pretty high inventory, and it's up 12.5% year over year. So overall, inventory is higher than it was a year ago, and it's certainly much elevated compared to previous years that we've all experienced. And finally, for closed sales, as we would expect with the lower interest rates for September, we are up 10.9% year over year. We got a little boost. Normally, as we get into September, we start to see closed sales start dropping off, for the seasonal pattern going into the holidays. But of course, those rates really helped things out last month. And so we saw a nice jump up there. Next, let's take a look at Orange County and see how that compares to Los Angeles County. And just like we saw in Los Angeles County, we are also up in Orange County 2.8% year over year in terms of median prices. Again, it's not as high as it has been previously several times in the last couple of years, but it is trending up once again because of the help from these low interest rates that we're experiencing. Just like Los Angeles County, however, when we look at the supply of inventory, it is also elevated, not quite as bad as Los Angeles County, but we're at 3.3 months, definitely the highest in at least the last 5 years, as you can see here on this chart, and that is up 13.8% year over year. So inventory levels are still climbing, even with the slight benefit of slightly lower interest rates. Finally, looking at closed sales in Orange County, we see that those are also up 11.6% year over year. So exactly the same pattern across the board as we're seeing in Los Angeles County. Last month in September, those lower rates really helped to get things moving again, to get some of these properties that were sitting on the market to start selling. And overall, we're seeing a pretty balanced market. There's some properties available for buyers that are looking. It's a little bit more work and takes a little bit more time and effort as a seller. You have to get the pricing right. You want to make sure the property is attractive, so on and so forth. So it's a balancing act on both sides. It's a little more difficult and expensive to buy, and at the same time, it's a little bit more difficult and time consuming to sell in general. Of course, there's going to be exceptions to every rule. So guys, I hope this information is useful. Let me know in the comments down below what you're seeing in your area. And again, if I can help you with any real estate needs in Los Angeles County or Orange County, reach out to me. I'm here to help. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.